Hey, it's Brent Conley with eXp Realty here in Arizona. Man, it's a beautiful day. It's only about 100 degrees today. I wanted to go over a little bit on trying to figure out if downsizing your property is the right decision for you. So let's kind of dive into that. I've wrote down some notes on my laptop here and things that we're just going to discuss to see if I can help you walk through that process to, help give you some information to make your considerations and maybe set some new ideas for you to consider. So let's determine your motivation. Why are you considering downsizing your home? A lot of times people are getting older, they're empty nesters, and the homes are just too large for them. I have kids right now, and my kids are getting older. They're teenagers, and in probably 5 years, they're out of the house. And I'm personally going to downsize. I'm already thinking about this. I want a less expensive air conditioning bill. I want a less expensive pool bill to take care of the pool. And I'm thinking I'm going to a condo. So we'll see what happens there if the kids actually get out of the house. So, so we want to figure out, what's the motivation behind this? Is it to downsize to control expenses? Is it to downsize to simplify your lifestyle? Those are probably the two best and biggest reasons that people want to downsize. Some of the other reasons involve, moving into more friendlier neighborhoods. Neighborhoods that there's maybe a clubhouse or a country club that they can join and meet new people and just have a different style of living for a little while. So we see that a lot, oftentimes. We're also seeing a big trend of going into 55 plus communities. It holds down some of their expenses, and there's community there. There's always functions going on in some of our 55 plus communities, and it's just time for them to change life, which is okay. The other things to consider would be setting, clear goals of saying, okay, I've got this on my mind. I'm maybe doing some research ahead of time. Maybe you're on the internet Googling things, or on YouTube looking at my video right now, and you're saying, I'm probably not going to downsize for a year or two, or maybe it's 6 months from now. That's okay. I'm going to keep posting videos for you to consume and educate yourself with. But let's figure out some clear goals and say, okay, when this happens, I'm probably going to start doing this. Should I rent my house out? That'll be a whole nother topic that I'll do another video for you. But right now, the biggest things to consider if you want to rent your house out is, do you have the capital, if the rent is not paid, to evict tenants and to fix up the property if they trash the property. So those are the two major things that my clients go through with our property management company. And so I always mention that, not to scare you, because renting your property could mean a great deal to you financially. And as long as it aligns with your goals, it will help a lot of people. If it doesn't align with your goals, then it's probably time to sell. But let's figure that piece of it out first. Okay, what kind of lifestyle do I want? What kind of finances do I have to either keep the property or sell the property? And what does that new life really need to look like for me? And that's going to help you make your decision. The next thing would be going into decluttering your property and organizing it so you can have a clear picture of what it's going to look like when you move. How much stuff do you need to bring to the new place? If you're downsizing from a 3,000 square foot house to a condo, like I plan to do, then maybe that condo is going to be like 1,200 square feet. And you can't bring all the stuff with you. So it's a good idea to start making mental notes and possibly make a checklist about all the stuff that you're not going to need in your new lifestyle anymore, or in your condo, in your townhome, or single story residence. There's probably 2 rooms in my house that I don't use. I don't use the fancy dining room. I don't use another room in the house. And once in a while we'll use the guest room or something. But at the end of the day, if it's going to save me $3,000 or $4,000, $5,000 a year, would it be a good idea to not have that guest room? If I only have guests coming in for a week out of the year, then maybe I split a hotel room with them and I don't have to pay for that extra space. So think about that as you keep going on your journey. It's also a good idea to write down all of these notes as you're progressing forward on your new plan and gathering research and data in order to help you in your new lifestyle. So we talked a little bit about finances. We talked about decluttering, talked about setting goals. We're talking about, defining your motivation and what's driving you to make this decision. And then the next thing would be, what real estate agent should you hire in order to sell your home? Well, I'd like to apply for that job. That's for sure. I've got a great team. We've been in Arizona real estate for 21 years. We've sold thousands of homes, and that's one option for you. I'm throwing that out there. And if you've got a friend or a family member that's in the business, that's okay too. Feel free to use all of our advice. There's no commitments needed here on our part. We sell a lot of properties and we're just trying to educate the public. So, all right. So the next thing, how are you going to adjust to your new space, right? So that's important about decluttering and trying to figure out what's going to come with it, what type of lifestyle that you're going to want. Do you want a condo or townhome with a clubhouse that has a gym in it? Or are you going to drive to a gym? So the driving piece is an important factor. How far, if you're still working, how far are you going to want to drive? And where are your other family and friends living? And is it in a reasonable time period or mileage to go visit them or go to dinners and stuff like that, whatever fits your lifestyle. The next thing is storage and how efficient is that going to be for you? There's plenty of storage off-site locations for everybody that wants to downsize and potentially don't want to take all of their stuff with them. They want an off-site location. Those can range anywhere from $150 to $500-$600, depending on how much stuff you bring along with you. $500-$600 a month. So when I find that clients go ahead and lease a storage place, they lease it out and their intentions to get rid of it over the next month or two, and then it ends up being like a year later. So I would suggest writing that down of what do I really need and what do I really want to get rid of, and potentially think in the future, in 6 months or a year from now, am I going to get rid of this stuff? And I don't want to pay for storage. So nobody really wants to pay for storage on all their stuff that they already purchased, unless there's a sentimental value to that, and then you probably want to bring it to your new home with you. Okay, this is Brent Connolly with eXp Realty. I hope this is educational for you. Please reach out if I can ever help you. Have a great day.